So what is going on, everyone? My name is Mr. Dalek JD, and today I want to share with you guys some Call of Duty Advanced Warfare gameplay. This is on a mission called Induction, and this was the level that they showed at the Microsoft E3 press conference in 2014. And we start off here in this kind of small, very claustrophobic pod where a squad are flying in to Seoul in South Korea. And what's interesting here, as the images you're seeing above their heads isn't actually what they're actually seeing. Very hard to explain, but there's cameras placed on top of this little pod, and also on the door here as well. As you can see, one of our comrades is being flown out, but they shut the door quickly enough so that he doesn't fly out, luckily enough. And as you see, the door is reinforced with really strong metal. And using these cameras on top of the ceiling, we can actually get a look at where this pod is dropping into, which is crashing into a building, and we've crashed into the middle of a war zone. Now, these are called Atlas drop pods, which are standard issue for breaching future war zones, apparently. So once we have crashed this, we really need to get out of here as soon as possible. So rather than just opening the door, we actually have to punch it down. Now, these exosuits give you incredible strengths. As you can see with our character here, which is Mitchell, he's literally kicking the door down, and as you can see, we are on top of a roof, and that gives you a look at the atmosphere that we're going to be going into, where everything is literally destroyed into pieces. And this really shows off how beautiful Advanced Warfare will look on the next gen systems. Now, this game is built primarily for next gen systems, so that's why everything looks so incredible. But rather than just the generic look around scenes to look at how great this game looks, we're going to come straight into the gameplay, as I know that's what you guys are most interested in seeing. So as we can see on screen, we have a very interesting assault rifle, which is actually a rifle which prints 3D bullets, and this one is known as the IMR, which is the Integrated Munitions Rifle. Very interesting how this game is going around with being so futuristic that rather than having guns which you have to have actual bullets for, this gun can print its own 3D bullets, which is insane. Now, what you're seeing on screen is what you will be seeing through the single player and the multiplayer. The heads-up display has been made so simplistic for this game that your ammo count is on your gun, and that's literally all you're going to see. Now, we have to get down to the bottom level of this building, and rather than using some sort of grapple rope, with our exosuit we can actually cushion our fall by using a jetpack of sorts, which is very similar to what Iron Man would use, where you'd cushion your fall. You'd actually like levitate slowly above the ground so you can cushion your jumps and your character won't suffer any damage. Now, we're seeing more Atlas drop pods with more soldiers, part of our military force, driving through this town that, as you can see, has literally been ripped apart. And if we jump a little bit forward here, we get to see some actual awesome gun-on-gun gameplay. Now, in this gameplay also, you can see a soldier wearing a kind of Juggernaut-esque suit, which makes him look like a Titan. That's also one of the exosuits you can wear. Not too sure how exactly you go about using that, because at the moment we just have a normal one. But if we meet up with our comrades here, we can kind of get a look and a little glimpse about what exactly the situation is within this area. Just further ahead, we get another look at something which we may be able to control, which you guys would have seen from the debut trailer, which is this huge tank, which looks like a spider with massive cannons on it, which looks insane, just literally walking through the town like as if it's nothing at all. And we see comrades jumping, which kind of brings into the whole gameplay mechanics with the gun. So here we go, we have some enemies to actually shoot. So as you can see, this is how the gun works. And what's really interesting is when it comes to using the exosuit and how you can use combat. So we've got a little bus stop here. We can literally double jump on top of this bus stop, and we can use pieces of debris as cover to get onto elevated platforms, which is really cool. You can see us jump down onto a car here and then double jump onto this bus, and this suddenly becomes a really huge flanking point for us to get further ahead into the enemies. Now, something very cool here is we can see two cars in the distance which have one door open, and what you'll see is we can rip that door off and use it as cover. Now, what the enemies send out is a huge swarm of kind of bug robots, it seems. Why send out one when you can send out hundreds of bug swarming robots, which I'm assuming will either kind of mess around with your exosuit or could potentially steal data. But the soldier literally there rips off the car door, and you can also do the same, where you can rip off a car door and use it as a shield, which is what we do, and that acts as really good cover against these bugs. Now, if we skip forward a little bit in the interest of time, we'll actually go on to another kind of gameplay shooting section, which is really cool. And this goes a little bit more in depth into the movement inside of Advanced Warfare, as well as look at the grenade. So there we could actually select a kind of mode for our grenade there. And this one uses augmented reality to display tactical information. As you can see there, everyone had an infrared kind of sight. Here's where we have a new shotgun, which literally sends out like a sonic pulse wave, which literally implodes these soldiers, which is insane. And here we get a look at the movement where you can literally switch from left and right by swooping really fast with your exosuit. And here we show another little bit where you can use something as a piece of cover there. And this gun is almost like a laser beam, which is really insane. We were told a few weeks ago that laser beams would be something that we'd be able to use, but this literally fries the soldiers, which is really cool to look at. And when you look through the shield, you can actually see this red kind of infrared sight there. We have another grenade which is switched from frag to smart, and this one will actually scan for enemy targets and then go and explode on them, which is insane. Another mode is threat, where it identifies nearby targets behind cover and then it prepares to engage. So there we go, we use our double jump there, and I think this is a pretty awesome mechanic, and it's really going to change up the feel of Call of Duty. That this honestly feels so much different to anything we've ever seen before in Call of Duty. I would be really interested to hear your thoughts down below of this gameplay that you've seen from E3. Looking forward to Advanced Warfare. Have you pre-ordered it or not? Do let me know, as I'd be really interested in finding out. If you did enjoy this video and you logged into a YouTube channel, I'd just ask you guys to spend a second clicking that like button. It only takes a second and it really helps me out, as this would be absolutely awesome to see how much support we can get on this video, as it's the very first gameplay of Advanced Warfare, and I'm sure you guys are super pumped. Now, for those of you that are pre-ordering this game, Activision have recently announced that there'll be new pre-order bonus. Literally, they've mentioned nothing about this until they've uploaded their own gameplay on YouTube, and if you want to watch the full thing, I'll leave a link down below, of course. But at the end of that, it shows an image of a pre-order bonus message by saying, by pre-ordering Advanced Warfare, you'll receive an Advanced Arsenal pre-order bonus, which consists of a custom exoskeleton and an EM1 quantum weapon. Now I have no other information apart from that, but these images on screen is all we've got so far. But very interesting, guys, that you'll actually be able to customize your exoskeleton in multiplayer. That just gives us a little slight sneak hint at what multiplayer is going to be like. But this game looks amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more Call of Duty Advanced Warfare videos, and I'll see you guys very soon.